this is Ackley, SamAttack4427 here, and welcome to another episode of WTPU, aka What the Pickup? Now, as you may recall, in the last episode of the show, which you can see right down over here, I talked about all the birthday presents I actually got for my birthday this year, which yeah, I guess despite some things pretty much happening, I think, right around beforehand for sure, right? And even getting out my birthday video that I already scripted out pretty much 2 days late, it still turned out to be a pretty good birthday regardless. And let's not forget to mention the presidential election that happened the day beforehand, which was a bit of a disappointment, I'm not gonna lie, so. But yeah, stepping aside from all that, I'm really glad that I actually got all the things that I got for my birthday this year, and yeah, definitely feels good to pretty much turn 29 this year, and I'll be quite curious to see what will go down by the time I turn 30 for sure, but we'll definitely have to wait and see later on for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, if you want to check that episode out for yourself, then don't worry about a thing. There's a card over there over at the top right corner of the screen, as well as, of course, the link to it down the description box below. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah. So yeah, I guess by all means, yeah, I guess it's what I can say. So by all means, go right ahead and check out the last episode, guys. I'll be here by the time you come back. Yeah, take all the time you need. I'll be here by the time you come back for sure. In fact, yeah, I guess I'll be here by the time you come back for sure. Pretty much, where of course I'd be. Actually, yeah, looks like the birthday presents I talked about in the previous episode. Yeah, some pretty good ones, I'm not gonna lie, and I know I'm already about to make good use of course, any of them that I've showed off, so yeah. Yeah, I guess I'd give it to what I said about the election that happened not too long ago. Yeah, in case a lot of you guys are wondering, I'm just as bummed out as you are upon hearing that Trump won. I can't believe it looks like history is about to repeat itself as of now, so. Oh man, part of me really wants to see what would have been like if Kamala Harris won the election. Actually, that would have been awesome if that actually did happen. And well, I guess it looks like my hopes of seeing Trump in a jail cell has been dashed away for sure. I mean, seriously, I got the popcorn out for nothing? What the fuck am I gonna be using that popcorn for anyways, now that Trump is gonna be back in the White House and not in a jail cell? No, seriously, what the fuck am I gonna do with that popcorn now? I think I'll think of something later on, but we'll see. Alright, I guess how you did already see the last episode of this show, we might as well go ahead and start up this episode as we normally do. Well, I guess it's a follow-up to what I've actually talked about in the previous episode for sure. I did actually hint that I'd be talking about one of the things I actually got for my birthday this year in its own episode, and well, I guess for today's episode for sure, that's exactly what we're gonna do, so. Well, okay, yeah, so what I actually got right here is, of course, this whole stack, as you can see here, of some brand new Bachmann HO track that I actually got for sure, that I actually did pick up at a local hobby shop from where I live for sure, that I actually was kind enough to get as a really, really nice birthday present to myself for sure, so So yeah, I guess rather than talking about all of them individually for sure, I think it makes sense for me to go the categories route and talk about all 8 of these one by one for sure. So yeah, I'm sure it'll take up a whole hour or so, probably by the time I go over all these for sure. But that's exactly what we're gonna do, so who cares at this point? So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and go over all the track that I actually got. Alrighty then, so yeah, now that we got the introduction out of the way, we can now go ahead and finally talk about all these Bachmann track that I actually got. Now I guess before I can go right ahead and talk about all these for sure, I think it makes sense for me to finally give off a little background info on why I decided to get all these for sure. Well, I guess it's quite obvious that pretty much in recent years, as of now, you may notice that for while I do admire on what I've actually done with, of course, my Bachmann HO layout that I currently have set up in my room for sure, especially corresponding with the new Thomas models that I've been showing off every single year whenever I do get them for sure. I do notice that a good chunk of course, some areas for sure could use some massive improving from what I can gather to really get things into a high gear for sure. With probably, I think, the main factor by far is, of course, Timoth Sheds right dab smack in the middle for sure. Has actually been stuck with nothing to connect track 1 for, to be honest, for sure. So yeah, I guess that's been on my mindset for a long time now, especially getting some track that I actually got way beforehand for sure to really get where I need to be for sure. So yeah, that's actually been going on for several years now, and I had no idea on when exactly we'd be able to get around to that for sure. But luckily enough, that's where all these actually come into play, so yeah, and quite funny enough, I do actually have an interesting story for sure. Now, not too long ago, pretty much a hobby shop opened up in the Cortland County area from where I live for sure. That goes by the name of course, Leonard's Cleaning and Hobby Supplies for sure. And of course, it specializes in, of course, you guessed it, not just cleaning supplies like, of course, mops, vacuum cleaners, and plenty of others for sure, but it also specializes in, of course, some model train stuff as well for sure, which, I'm not gonna lie, is definitely up my alley for sure. And now, I guess it is quite obvious that I have been to hobby shops beforehand for sure, particularly JR Junction Training Hobby for sure, to really get all the stuff that I need for, of course, my layout for sure. And yeah, pretty much of anything. I usually get all sorts of Bachmann Thomas stuff right around Christmas time for sure, at least once a year for sure, because, well, I had to spend my money on other things, and I kind of felt burned out pretty much a little from, of course, buying these models on my own for sure. And just when I think I'm about mentally and physically done with, of course, buying the models on my own, Bachmann every single year has been coming out with bigger announcements for their Thomas and Friends range for sure. That really does pique my alley for sure. So yeah, but don't worry about a thing. I will get right on to picking up the models on my own later on for sure. But that will depend on, of course, what's going on with me financial-wise for sure. Because, yeah, let's face it, as cool as these models are, they can, of course, cost money. It costs a lot of money to really get all these for sure from what I can gather. So luckily enough, I guess in the case of course, all of these, and I do mean all of these track that I actually got, I did manage to commission Ed, who is, of course, the owner of course, Leonard's Cleaning and Hobby Supplies, all these track for sure, pretty much since after going over my layout on what track pieces I want for sure to really get where I need to be with, of course, my layout for sure. And yeah, luckily enough, within a matter of time, he was lucky enough to order all of these for sure, and got them in just in the nick of time before my birthday for sure. So yeah. I guess if anything, it was actually well worth the wait, and I couldn't help but thank Ed in the long run for all of these track pieces from what I can gather. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front for sure. So yeah, I guess with that being said, we can now finally go over all these track that I actually got for sure. But I guess given to what I'm actually seeing, I am going to go over each and every one of them one by one for sure. To which, yeah, it does sound like it's going to be very long for sure. But trust me, I'm doing all of you a favor for sure. So yeah, with that being said, let's go over all of these individually for sure. So yeah. Alrighty then, so yeah, now that we got that out of the way, let's go over all the track pieces I actually got for sure individually to really get us where we need to be for sure. Now, keep one thing in mind, pretty much, yeah, the one thing to keep in mind is that pretty much of anything for the Bachmann track that I actually got. For a while, I did start off with, of course, the track that I got for sure with the black road bag for sure. These ones I'm going over is, of course, pretty much all ranging, of course, the gray road bed with a nickel silver rail for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, that's pretty much the one recommendation that was given to me for sure. So if I ever do feel the need to change up the track for sure over time, Ed actually recommended that I would pretty much go for that for sure. And yeah, I guess if anything, that's pretty much what's been given to me with all these track pieces for sure. So I'm going to roll with it hands down, because those are exactly what I'm going to be judging as it was given to me for sure. So yeah, I hope all of you guys understand that for sure. So yeah. That's one thing to keep in mind for sure. So yeah, with that being said, let's go over the first, pretty much the first track piece that I actually got to kick things off, and that being, of course, the Haze bumpers for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, if you actually pretty much, if you know any pretty much any railroad that's around in the U.S. For sure, you would definitely know that these bumpers, as you can see here, actually are made to, of course, show that it's the end of the line, and actually show where trains need to stop for sure. Particularly, they're actually used for multiple sidings for sure, and I guess from what I can gather, these ones I've been wanting to get for a long time now for sure, and boy, it actually feels great to finally get these in my hands for sure. And based on my first impressions, they do look great in the packaging for sure, and luckily enough, pretty much if anything, as established in the packaging, it's only about 2 per card for sure. So if you ever do feel the need that you want to get more of these for sure, you're actually giving only 2 in this one card for sure. And now I'm making no secret, because pretty much a long time ago I did talk about these sets of buffers for sure. They're all 3D printing for sure, and yeah, don't get me wrong, I do really like those hands down, and I do hope to put them to good use later on for sure. But yeah, I think it's pretty much from what I can gather. So I think we're pretty much going to stick with these for sure. And yeah, based on my first impressions from what I can gather, they do look nice for sure. I really like what they were actually going for with, of course, this one for sure. And I do admire that hands down. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and get this opened up. And luckily enough, in comparison to the pretty much the engines and rolling stock that I would actually get, the packaging on these are actually much easier to get for sure, because I can actually rip those open for sure. So okay, I'm probably gonna have to do more than that. So good thing I have my pair of scissors on hand. So let's see here. Can I actually get somewhere with the Oh, okay, yeah. Alright, there we go, so... Okay, that's one, so let's get the other one out. There we go, so... Alright, I'll set that aside for now, seeing of how I'll throw you away later on, so... Okay, so yeah, here we are with, of course, the Hayes bumpers out of their packaging right now, and look at these right now. They actually do look, ooh, yeah, they do look really, really nice for sure. Yeah, you can tell they really put a lot of time and effort to really make these for sure. And yeah, like I said, as established, they're actually made to, of course, pretty much make it look like the Hayes bumpers for sure. Like whenever you drive a train into a siding, these are there to stop for sure, to show it's the end of the line for sure. So yeah, nothing much else I can say on, of course, on that front for sure. I really do love on what they actually did for sure, and you can definitely see on how much effort they actually did to make these work for sure. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front for sure. So yeah, either way, the Hayes bumpers actually turned out really great. I'm actually really impressed by both of these for sure. So yeah. Well, that was an interesting start for sure. So yeah, because yeah, trust me, as we go on for sure, it's actually gonna get better from there for sure. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the next track piece that I actually got for sure, and that being, of course, a right remote turnout switch for sure. So yeah, I guess it is quite interesting to note because while pretty much I actually do have one of these for sure, to which if you see the in the back of course Timoth Sheds for sure, I do actually have one of those right ones right there, and of course pretty much I do have another one that actually goes left for sure. So yeah, and of course for this case, I actually was lucky enough to get myself another right one for sure, and boy, yeah, this actually looks wonderful for sure. You can definitely see that it's actually made to look like a regular old switch for sure, and moreover, it actually, given to its name, it actually does come with, of course, a couple of wires and stuff, and even a remote as well, so that way you can actually switch in between the two lines of track for sure, but luckily enough, they do have, I don't know if you can see right here, so yeah, they actually do have this switch right down here, so that way if you don't have anything to connect to, of course, pretty much this remote, as you can see here, you can do it by hand for sure, and I think from what I can gather, it does require a multi-accessory power supply, to which I currently don't have for the time being, so that might be something I'll take into consideration later on down the road. So yeah, if you guys want me to actually get a Bachmann multi-accessory power supply for sure and talk about it in a future episode, let me know in the comments, and I'll definitely look into that for sure. So yeah, I guess either way, I definitely know I'm in for a really great treat with, of course, this pretty much this switch right now. So yeah, with that being said, let's get this out and pretty much see up close and personal. So, alright, let's see here. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere. Just need to get all this, out. Alright. Yeah, pretty much this instruction manual, and let's see. Gotta get the switch and the wire out, and yeah, alright, and that should be pretty good for sure. So yeah, we finally got this alga for sure, and yeah, you can definitely see right here, this actually is quite nice for sure, and and yeah, even I'll have to say, I guess pretty much trying this out for myself, yeah, you can definitely see that it really does function quite well for sure. So yeah, and of course, pretty much going along the bottom, it has everything to really get itself hooked on for sure, especially this wire, as you can see here, that I think I know pretty much you're supposed to feed through as of now to really stretch things out for sure, to get everything hooked up for sure. And I think it also does come with a couple of nails or something to really to, I think, maybe screw or hammer down for sure to really, I think, get where I need to be. But I could be wrong for sure. But I guess for now, I'll keep these taped onto, of course, the track for now to see where go from there for sure. So, but yeah, pretty much on its own, this switch as of now actually came out great for sure, and I'm impressed with, of course, what I'm actually seeing. So yeah, and of course, this remote guy, I have to say, I actually do admit it actually does look nice for sure, and yeah, I guess if anything, it's seeing how it's not hooked up as of now, I guess pretty much if anything, I think it does work like any other pretty much remote for sure, and even the wire that actually help pulls to connect everything pretty much to this all the way until this is actually quite nice for sure. And luckily enough, yeah, I guess I give it to what I'm actually seeing. Looks like it is, of course, a instruction manual for sure, and yeah, I guess with, of course, what I'm actually seeing by far, I think pretty much, I think this whole instruction manual from what I can gather is, of course, pretty much showing you on how to connect everything using the multi-accessory power supply for sure to really get where we need to be. And yeah, I guess pretty much from what I'm actually seeing, it is actually gonna be tough to actually figure some things out for sure. So hopefully, if I get one of these pretty much multi-accessory power supplies for sure, maybe I might get somewhere for sure to hopefully not only connect this for sure, but also the two remaining switches as well for sure. But we'll definitely have to see later on for sure. Maybe I think there might be some stuff from Bachmann trains themselves, or even stuff on YouTube, of course, on how they actually do stuff like this for sure. But that's just my guess for sure. So, but for now, I do think this pretty much remote turnout switch actually came out really great for sure, and I think this is definitely gonna come in handy for sure. So yeah. Okay, so I guess that's another one that we finally got out of the way. Now let's get on to, of course, the real set of tracks for sure that we actually got for sure. And I guess if anything, for pretty much the next thing that I want to talk about is, of course, got myself a set of curved rails for sure. So yeah, you heard right there, folks. I actually got myself a set of course, some 15-inch radius curved track for sure. That I'm not gonna lie is actually really quite nice for sure. And I'm really digging, of course, pretty much what's been given to me for sure. And yeah, I guess if anything, if you really want your train to go around in a circle and everything, you definitely do need some nice curved track for sure. And I don't know if you can hear it for sure, but it looks like it's pouring rain as of now really hard for sure. So yeah. Yeah, and I'm already hearing some sleet and hail as of now. I mean, holy shit, so... But I'm still gonna go through with it regardless, but yeah, you can definitely see the curved track from what I can gather actually does look really nice for sure. And of course, given for the fact that it's only 15 inches for sure, I'm pretty sure there are some trains and stuff that could still correspond with, of course, pretty much all those for sure. And the one thing to keep in mind is, of course, the packaging for these is all brand new for sure. And I did say this because it actually does have, I don't know if you can see, yeah, there we go. You can definitely see Bachmann's new logo that they actually added in very recently for sure, to which, I'm not gonna lie, it's not bad for sure, but still turned out pretty good regardless. So. But yeah, regardless on that, I do think the pretty much the 15-inch radius curve track for sure is, of course, really quite nice based on first impressions, but we shall get off its packaging to really see them up close for sure. So yeah. Okay, let's see here. I need my scissors again because I don't want to bend my my thumbnail. Okay. Whew, okay, yeah. Alright, there we go. So, alright, let's get all those out again. Alright, it looks like we finally got all these curve track alga for sure, and you can definitely see that they actually did include all 4 of these pretty much in this card for sure, and I'm not gonna lie, I think from what I'm actually seeing, they actually do look nice up close for sure. You can definitely see on how well it actually turned out for sure, and really get us on, of course, where we actually need to be for sure. So yeah, I guess either way, I do think the 15-inch radius track from what I'm actually seeing is really giving off some nice vibes for sure, and yeah, I think with, of course, given for the fact that it's only about 4 of these for sure, you could definitely pretty much connect all of them together to make a really nice curve for sure for the trains to go around for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, I really do think the 15-inch radius track for sure actually came out quite nice, and I'm really digging, of course, what I'm actually seeing by far. So yeah. Okay, so yeah, now that we got the 15-inch radius track out of the way, let's step it up a notch with all these curve track for sure. And yes, there's plenty more of these for sure, so bear with me on that because yeah, we're not stopping there for sure. So yeah, next up, let's go ahead and step things up by about 3 inches for sure, and talk about the pretty much the 18-inch radius curve track that we actually got. Both of which are half sections and pretty much full sections for sure. And yes, I did say that I would talk about them individually for sure, but seeing of how they're both 18-inch radius track that I actually got, I decided to group them all together to really get us, of course, pretty much get things going for sure, and possibly save me time for sure. So yeah, I guess with, of course, what I'm seeing based on first impressions, yeah, you can definitely tell they really do look nice for sure. Yeah, you can definitely see that with both of these being 18 inches for sure, you can still get the curved track that you want for sure. And I think for the case of the 18-inch radius, I know seeing of how there are 4 pretty much per card, as you can see here, that if you actually group both, yeah, 2 of each together, you'll still get a full-on curve track like the ones that you see here, to which I'm not gonna lie is actually quite nice for sure. And that's another thing that I actually really do like about these for sure, is that they really want to give a little bit more variety for sure with each and every single bits of track for sure. So yeah, either way, the half, pretty much the half section actually does look nice for sure, while the full section for sure really does signify, of course, the Bachmann track in a nutshell for sure. So, but yeah, regardless on whatever size for sure, I still think both of them actually do work quite well for sure, and I really do admire, of course, what they actually did. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and get them out. So we'll start with, of course, the half section. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah. All right, come on, scissors, don't fail me now. Okay, yep. Okay, yeah. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. So So yeah, looks like we finally got the, pretty much the 18-inch race track half section that is finally out. And yeah, you can definitely see they actually do look really quite impressive for sure. Really showing off on pretty much how well how well they could do despite only be smaller for sure. But either way, I think they do look quite nice from what I'm actually seeing. And you can definitely see right here, they really put a lot of effort to make all these look good for sure. And again, like I said, if you were to combine both pieces for sure, you'll actually get pretty much both pretty much two of each are full-on 18-inch race track for sure. That I really do admire for sure. So yeah, and I'm guessing it's quite fitting, seeing how I do actually have some for sure that actually kind of gave me some rather mixed results for sure. But either way, I really do think all these combined for sure really got us where we need to be for sure. And I really do think the half section turned out great. So yeah, and I'll go ahead and set these aside now that we're done with them. So let's go ahead and get the full section 18-inch race track out and see what we can actually get. And yeah, it looks like it's much easier. Yeah, much easier to open up for sure. So, alright, let's get these out, and yeah, looks like you can definitely see here that looks like we actually looks like we finally got the 18-inch race track finally out for sure. And yeah, I'm not lying when I actually say these look marvelous from what I can gather, and I really do think they really are something that I couldn't help get enough of for sure. So yeah, with of course what I'm actually seeing, I really do think pretty much the 18-inch race track from what I'm actually seeing is really something that I couldn't help admire for sure. And I really do think they really putting a lot of time and effort to make these look incredible for sure. And yeah, for that, I really do think they did everything they can to actually make it look good for sure. And again, I think similar cases that pretty much combining all of them will make one great curve track for sure. But thankfully a lot more wider from what I can gather for sure. So yeah, I guess either way, yeah, I think we're only going to get bigger from there for sure, because we're not stopping now for sure. But for now, I really do think the 18-inch race track that I actually got really is quite impressive from what I can gather. So yeah. Alrighty then, so yeah, now that we got the 18-inch race track out of the way, let's go ahead and pretty much stepping up once again for sure, because, well, we've already talked about 15-inch race track and a couple of 18-inch race track pieces for sure. Why not finally stepping up a notch and talk about the 22-inch race track, yeah, curved track for sure. So yeah, looks like we've pretty much reached the ultimate test, of course, of this one. And boy, it looks like, based on first impressions, the 18-inch, yeah, the 22-inch race track actually do look nice up close. Yeah, again, it's actually a little bit more wider for sure. And I think I do know that pretty much, if anything, for any kinds of Bachmann locomotives that they're out there for sure, they do need to pretty much correspond with wider curves for sure in order to keep itself smoothly for sure, depending on how big you want your layout to be for sure. So, but yeah, regardless of course that front, I really do think pretty much, if anything, I really do think the 22-inch race track is something to really admire for sure. And yeah, with of course what I'm actually seeing from this pretty much all of its packaging and everything, it really does look like it really is something that I can actually get behind for sure. So yeah, but I'll be quite curious to see what they're like up close. So let's go ahead and get all these out for sure. So, ooh, okay, yep. All right, let's. Alright, let's see if I can get a hole opened up with my scissors. Let's see here. Okay, yep, there we go. Alright. Okay, yep. Okay, yeah, but it looks like we finally got the 22-inch radius track finally out for sure. And boy, it looks like, I guess, seeing them up close from what I can gather for sure, you can definitely tell how nice they actually do look, hands down. And yeah, I guess with, of course, what I'm actually seeing, it really does signify from, of course, what I've actually seen. And yeah, I guess one thing to note is that, again, these are actually much wider for sure, and to really show that, yeah, look on how it actually compares to, let's say, the, yeah, pretty much the 18-inch radius track for sure. That's how wide it is for sure. And I guess if anything, to the 15-inch radius track, yeah, you can definitely see on pretty much on how wide each and every single one of these curved track pieces are for sure. And really, of course, really showcasing, of course, what Bachmann was actually getting across for sure. If you ever do feel the need to really build your own layout for sure. So yeah, I guess either way, the 22-inch radius track from what I'm actually seeing is something I really couldn't help but admire in such a way for sure. But yeah, I guess if anything, and yeah, like I said, I only get 4 pieces per card for sure. And again, you can really get yourself somewhere with, of course, building a curve, pretty much a curve set of track just like that for sure. So yeah, I guess with, of course, what I'm actually seeing, I really do admire on what they actually did with, of course, this one, and I really do think they really did everything they could to make it look good for sure. So yeah, I guess with that being said, I really do love on what they did with, of course, all these tracks for sure. So yeah. I guess that'll do it for, of course, the curved track for sure. And we've already got 2 more that we need to talk about for sure. So let's go ahead and talk about those. Alrighty then, so, well, it looks like we're already past the home stretch as of now. And so far, we've talked about a couple of bumpers, pretty much a right track switch, and, of course, a bunch of curved track for sure. So now let's go ahead and talk about some straight track for sure. So yeah, that's where, of course, the 9-inch straight track pieces come into play for sure. So yeah, I guess with, of course, what I'm actually seeing, yeah, I mean, no big surprise that I do actually have a good number of straight track pieces from what I can gather, and those have actually really worked out quite well for sure. So I think it makes sense to finally get another one of these for sure, and boy, I was really quite thrilled with what I can gather for sure. So yeah, I guess with, of course, what I'm seeing based on my first impressions, I really am digging, of course, seeing all these straight track pieces from what I can gather for sure, and it really does help to really pretty much get where we need to be for sure. And I do know that there are a lot of other track pieces similar to this that they actually go on. They actually go on for much longer for sure. So if you actually got a really long table for sure to set up your layout, then I'm pretty sure some long straight track pieces will actually help you out in a long run for sure. So yeah, but I guess for now, for a while that would be nice. I'm sticking with these for the time being for sure to really get us, of course, what will come up for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, yeah, based on, of course, what I'm actually seeing, I really am digging, of course, what I'm seeing with all these straight track pieces for sure. So yeah, let's go ahead and get these opened up and really really get us, really get us where we need to be, and there we go, so. Alright, and let's see here, there we go, so. Alright, it looks like we finally got these straight track pieces Alga Balga for sure. And yeah, you can definitely see they actually do look quite nice for sure. Yeah, pretty much they actually do serve a purpose that rather than having curves and stuff for your trains to go on, these are actually made to straighten these Alga Bigga for sure. And I do know with some really great sets from I can gather, they actually can come in handy for like say an oval straight yeah, pretty much straight pieces for an oval track layout for sure, which is pretty much kind of the basis for not just Bachmann, but every other model train company wherever they sell sets like pretty much all that sort of stuff for sure. So yeah, and given for the fact that I've actually owned a good number of pretty much train sets over the years for sure, that's saying a whole lot for sure. So. But yeah, I guess if anything, from what I can gather, these straight track pieces actually do look quite nice for sure, and I really am in for something really great for sure. And again, they're not just used for, of course, anything revolving around pretty much setting up a regular old oval track layout for sure. These can also be used for anything else that you can actually work on for sure. So yeah, I guess either way, I really am digging, of course, what I'm actually seeing with all these for sure, and it really is getting me somewhere, of course, where I need to be for sure. So yeah, I guess either way, I do think all these Bachmann 9-inch straight track pieces are actually really something to admire in such a way. So yeah. Alrighty then, so yeah, now that we got that out of the way, we're now down to the final set of Bachmann track for sure that I actually got in my hands for sure, and yeah, we are sticking with, of course, straight track pieces for sure. But I guess unlike the 9-inch straight track pieces that I actually got, I think we might as well bring it down a bit and actually pretty much talk about all of the pretty much the ones that are not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 different sections for sure, all in one package for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much the case for, of course, this one for sure. What I actually got right here is, of course, the assorted straight track sections all in one package for sure, with pretty much each containing a 0.75 inch, a 1 inch, a 1.25 inch, a 1.50 inch, and a 2 inch sections of track for sure. 2 of each in this card for sure. Now I guess this is actually quite interesting to mention this for sure, because if anything, if you do want anything connecting for sure, but if there's any straight track pieces that are too big for sure, these are actually these would definitely come in handy for sure to really widen things up a bit for sure, but not too wide because, well, you don't want your track to fly off over the edge for sure, right to the point where the trains will actually fall off your table for sure. But yeah, I think, I guess if anything, this might actually be the best one out of course, all the track that I actually got from what I can gather, because I really do love the good sense of a variety that's been given to me for sure. But I'm getting way too ahead of myself. Let's go ahead and open this up and pretty much talk about all of them. Alright, and let's see here, alright, there we go. Alright, and ooh, I guess it comes with the little note for sure, and oh, it is a note. Yeah, I guess if anything, the one thing I do need to mention, of course, this one is that this actually, pretty much for the case of these small sections of track, this actually does come with the pretty much a note and stuff on, of course, assembling these small track pieces carefully for sure. So yeah, it's probably going to take up a lot of time and effort to really pretty much get where we need to be. So I think I will definitely keep this in mind for sure. So And I guess for this case, it says to connect the pretty much a 3/4 inch piece of Easy Track. And yes, that's the one thing I should mention. The Bachmann track that I'm talking about, it also goes by the name of Easy Track for sure. So sorry if I didn't bring this up earlier. So yeah, it says in order to connect the 34-inch piece of Easy Track, remove the whole C-clip on one end of any other track to be connected. Well, this is actually going to be very tough from what I can gather, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, I'll go ahead and set you aside. So, okay, so, I guess for starters, we might as well start off with, of course, these, and I think these might be the 2-inch track pieces from what I can gather, but hey, I think they do look quite nice from what I can gather. I really yeah, I think it's still the same track pieces from what I can gather, and yeah, set you down right here, but yeah, I guess if anything, this might be the largest one out of all of them, and I really am digging what I'm seeing here, so yeah, I'll go ahead and set that aside, and let's see if we can get to the other one. So okay, I guess it looks like this might be the pretty much 1.50 inch from what I can gather, and again, it looks like we're only pretty much getting a little bit smaller from what I can gather, but again, these look quite nice from what I'm actually seeing. So yeah, I guess if anything, yeah, I guess I'm really digging, of course, what I'm actually seeing with all these for sure. I'm sure they'll come in handy. So yeah. Alright, and I guess it looks like this might be the 1.25 inch, and yeah, again, this is actually really quite nice from what I'm seeing. I really do think these will actually come in handy as well, so I'll set that aside as well. And alright, now we're on to the 1 inch, and yeah, I guess with what I'm actually seeing, the 1 inch section, I'm not gonna lie, is actually not that bad from what I can gather, and I can definitely see that there's a whole lot they actually put into, of course, make all these work for sure. So yeah. Alright, and I guess it looks like, yeah, that'll actually do it. So I guess it looks like that might be the pretty much 3/4 inch pieces of track for sure, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, despite it being incredibly small, this is actually really well done from what I can gather, and I do think it actually really does helping, of course, connecting different pieces from what I can gather to really correspond with what I actually currently got for sure. So yeah, I guess regardless of course, each size for sure, give it to what I'm actually seeing in a nutshell. Yeah, I really do think the Osorian string track pieces that I have in the palm of my hand for sure actually is something I couldn't help but get behind for sure. And I really do admire, of course, what they actually did for sure. They're still the same string track pieces, don't get me wrong, but a little bit more smaller for sure. But I'm sure they'll definitely come in handy for what will actually come our way later on down the road. So yeah. And oh yeah, I guess even some parts where they actually do need small sections of a track to connect for sure to really get us where we need to be. Yeah, that's more important for sure. So yeah. And so yeah, I guess with all that said and done, that's pretty much all the Bachmann track pieces I actually got for sure. So yeah, I guess with everything that you're seeing right here, I really do love all these track pieces I actually got for sure, and I say they're definitely gonna come in handy for my layout in the near future, because yeah, trust me when I say it is in need of a bit of an update as of now, and I do miss the days whenever I do model train stuff back in the old days for sure. So I say this is actually a really good way to really get back into the saddle for sure. And don't get me wrong, I'll still pretty much do all the other stuff outside of all that for sure. But I say this is actually a really great way to, of course, get where I need to be for sure. So yeah, with everything that I've actually shown off, I really love all these Bachmann track pieces I actually got, and it was actually well worth it. And once again, big special thanks to head over at Leonard's for sure to really get all these track pieces that I need for sure. And it was actually a really great way pretty much to have it as a really nice birthday present to myself for sure. So yeah. And I guess if anything, now I would probably stop right here for sure. Give it to, of course, everything that I've actually talked about for sure. But I honestly wish I would actually take the time and actually assemble all these track pieces to really show the update that I'm going to give to pretty much my layout for sure. Actually, that doesn't sound like a bad idea for sure. Just give me some time for sure. I just need to clean up everything and get everything rearranged and organized for sure, so that way I can actually do it right then and there. So yeah, give me a while for sure, and I'll be back with you guys in a bit. And cue transition right to the next scene. Alrighty then, so yeah, it looks like we finally made the transition as of now, all the way to my layout as we speak, and yeah, I know this is not the best camera angle from what I can gather for sure, but don't worry, I came fully prepared because I not only got my camera set up right here, but I also got my phone set up where you can see the rest of the layout from what I can gather, which I guess is probably the best I can actually get as of now, because yeah, it's not quite easy getting all this set up for sure. So I'm only working with the bare basics from what I can gather, but regardless on that, I think it makes sense to finally get all these track pieces that I actually got currently set up onto my layout as we speak to really get us where we need to be for sure. And yes, I am doing it all live on camera for sure, because yeah, it's going to take a while for sure. So I came fully prepared for something like this to happen for sure. And so yeah, that's exactly what I thought I would do it for sure. I think with both cameras that I've actually set up for sure, I'm going to pretty much try my best to, of course, set up the good chunk of track pieces to really get us where we need to be. And it's a good thing too, because I do already have some track pieces that I currently got that are currently on standby as of now to really get us on where we need to be. So yeah, I know it's going to take a while, and it's going to take up a lot of pretty much looking over some things that I've actually done in the past, and doing some rearranging and stuff on my layout. But as long as, of course, it'll still come out good in the end, I think it'll actually be well worth it for sure. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing for sure. So yeah, and don't worry, I'll keep you guys occupied for sure, because I am going to speed up the footage on both cameras for sure to really kick things into a high gear for sure. So yeah, and I'll probably put on some music as well to really help get this whole time-lapse thing taken care of for sure. So yeah, just as a little something far different from what I do normally for sure. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna leave you guys at that. So yeah, I'll go ahead and play some music during this time lapse, and I'll definitely see you afterwards. So yeah. took me much longer than I thought it was gonna be, but after much hard-working effort, it looks like I did manage to get all of it done as of now, and yeah, man, I can't believe with what I'm seeing, I've been doing it for nearly an hour now, so yeah, I guess with that being said, I might as well show you guys the final results, so yeah. Okay, so yeah, it looks like after so much hard-working effort, it looks like I did manage to do the best of course, yeah, I made the best out of the bag situation behind Fahar, but yeah, I guess from the looks of it, I did manage to connect as much of the new Bachmann track as I can to figure out my entire layout table right now, and so far I think from what I'm seeing it's not that bad from what I can gather, and yeah, I think yeah, I guess pretty much if anything on this side it's still looking pretty normal, but this side on the other hand is actually thankfully much more wider for sure. I think maybe with, of course, pretty much most of the track pieces that I've actually hanging for sure, I think it really did help to, of course, really make this layout a lot more wider from what I could gather, and yeah, definitely look at that. I think I did the best I could, of course, what I had to do for, of course, track 1 for sure, but I guess on the bright side, Timothy Sheds is now connected for sure, and I guess to really demonstrate that, actually, I probably shouldn't, because, well, I spent too much time building this entire thing all together, so I think it will really take a lot out of me to really demonstrate my Fahar for sure, so I think I might need a lot of rest after what I've actually been through, but yeah, either way, from what I'm actually seeing, I really do dig, of course, what I'm actually seeing by far, so yeah, like I said, I made the best out of a bad situation by far, and I did the best I could for sure to really squeeze everything in for sure, but I do hope it was well worth it in the end for sure, because yeah, I definitely do need a lot after what I've actually been through by far, and yeah, hopefully I think with maybe like 1 or 2 more of these pieces from what I can gather, I think it'll get us on where I need to be, but regardless, I'm really glad I actually got all this track from what I can gather, and yeah, I think they'll actually be great as a I think they're really a great birthday presents I actually got, and I couldn't help but thank Ed over at Leonard's for making that possible for sure, so yeah, I do hope I did the best I could with what I've actually got as of now, so I think it'll be something I'll have to work with for a while for sure, unless something's changed from what I can gather, but we'll see what happens, so yeah, I guess on that file, pretty much do exactly that for sure. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest episode, and by all means, let me know what you thought of it down in the comments down below. I would love to know on what you guys think. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say. Of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching, and well, I've got a lot of cleanup to do since after assembling what I need to assemble for sure. So I'll definitely leave you guys at that. So yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.
Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyTackTV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is AckleyTack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and plenty more in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyTACTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.